Hello my fellow trainers and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go PvP Showcases. Today we have some Halloween Cup battles for you, so if this is content that you enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe because I truly enjoy making these videos. Alright, so guys, the spooky season is here. The Halloween Cup is here. How are you guys enjoying this cup so far? You know, I enjoyed the Halloween Cup back when it was in rotation in 2020, and I was very excited to have it back again, and I still am. But it's interesting to see how the meta has shifted since then. There's a lot more poison types this time around because of the buff poison got since the Halloween Cup was in rotation way back in 2020. And the thing I've noticed with this meta is there's, of course, like I just said, an abundance of poison types and a lot of dark types, and there's some ghost types here and there. But the reason I wanted to run this team specifically is Gengar is one of my absolute favorite Pokemon of all time, and I have noticed not many, if any, videos have shown Gengar in the Halloween Cup, and I haven't even really seen him that often when, I've been facing my opponents. So I wanted to do justice to the original ghost of Pokemon and try to run him on a team for the Halloween Cup. And it did really surprisingly well. And I want to let you guys know this. I have a battle at the end of this video that is an absolute treat. The way it ended is pretty hilarious. So be looking forward to that, as you watch this video. But okay, let me just give you the quick rundown of the team here. Of course, we got Gengar on the lead with Shadow Claw, Shadow Punch, Shadow Ball. Classic moveset on Gengar for the Pokemon Go Battle League. Very strong. That Shadow Punch can potentially get some shields early on, or we can just go for the big boom with the Shadow Ball, which happens quite often, and it happens in this video as well. And then we got Umbreon on the safe swap, one of the best safe swaps, not just in Halloween Cup, but in the Great League in general. Next to Bastiodon, I'd say it's probably the tankiest Pokemon in the Great League. We're running the moveset of Snarl, Foul Play, and Psychic. And I just want to mention that Psychic is a great move for Umbreon to have. It provides so much good coverage in this meta because of all the different poison types. So Umbreon can really threaten Nidoqueen, Toxicroak, and any other poisons you might come across. But not Drapion because he does resist it due to that dark typing. And then in the back we're running Nidoqueen, because Nidoqueen is just an amazing Pokemon, one of, if not the most popular ones in this meta. Poison Jab, Poison Fang, Earth Power, standard moveset. We can debuff our opponent, be really spammy with that Poison Fang, and then go for an Earth Power to boom some things if need be. So okay, my fellow trainers, without further ado, let's hop into the first battle of the showcase. So in the first game, we get Gengar into a Shadow Grand Bull, which is a pretty okay lead. I go ahead and just build up to a Shadow Punch because this will be doing big damage against the Shadow Grand Bull. It's pretty frail. Then I just go ahead and immediately hard swap into this Nidoqueen. And they bring out a Drifblim, which honestly, I was very surprised at how Nidoqueen does in this matchup. Look, when you just Poison Fang, that's the name of the game with Nidoqueen. He's just so good at spamming that Poison Fang, getting the opponent debuffed. And look, this is resisted damage. He hits me with an Icy Wind for super effective, but I go ahead and throw another Poison Fang, and I think my opponent actually shields this. They do, and his defense is just completely debuffed, and we almost take out a Drifblim with a Nidoqueen, which is insane. We go ahead and go back into Umbreon here, lure back out the Grand Bull. Gengar comes in and farms down, and I go ahead and throw this Shadow Punch because I didn't want Gengar to get taken out real quick. I just go ahead and get the Nidoqueen out of, the Drifblim out of there, and my opponent brings out a Crustle. We bring in Umbreon. They have nothing for us, and we get a strong, solid win there in the first battle. So in the second battle, we have Gengar into a Nidoqueen. Now, Gengar is actually a pretty good matchup against Nidoqueen. You just have to respect the potential Earth Power, and I go ahead and get to this Shadow Ball because they were farming up some energy, and look at that, boom! I am telling you guys, people do not respect the Shadow Ball on Gengar, and it hits like an absolute truck. We're already sitting really pretty. The opponent brings out a Drapion, so of course we go straight into Nidoqueen on this. Go ahead and throw this Poison Fang, put a potential shield bait, but they don't take it, of course. We farmed up a little too quickly there. They're throwing crunches, but I'm not giving up my shields just yet. And then they swap into a Toxicroak, so Gengar is the best one on hand to deal with this, because obviously Umbreon would be super affected by those counters. We do have to block Mud Bomb, but we go ahead, farm up to 2 Shadow Punches. Hopefully this gets a shield. It does. Go ahead and go straight into the other one, and even though Shadow Punch isn't a very strong move, look how much it does to that Toxicroak. Granted, Toxicroak is pretty frail, but still, you know, it gets the job done there. And we go ahead and this Drapion comes out. We throw another Shadow Punch. They don't need to shield it, but we come out with Umbreon, and this is pretty much a good game to my opponent here because, you know, Drapion doesn't really have anything for Umbreon, and we can just kind of hard wall this thing until the end. Throw some foul plays, even though it does resisted damage. We go ahead and just keep on farming up, launching another foul play, and this should be a good game. Opponent doesn't even shield because they know that that was a lost cause for them in that game. So, but good game to my opponent. You know, I just really got the advantage there with that Shadow Ball on the Gengar. In this next matchup, we get Gengar into a Shadow Nidoqueen, which is awesome. You guys know the strategy I go for with this. They go ahead, and of course that was way too quick to be an Earth Power, so we don't block that. We go ahead and farm up to a Shadow Ball, but I throw a Shadow Punch here just to potentially bait, and even though it'll still do good damage, like look at that. That Nidoqueen is almost dead, and we just go ahead and get another Shadow Punch very quickly. They do shield that one, and I think I tried to swap out there, but obviously didn't hit it in time. I do shield that Poison Fang because we can safely commit to the farm down and take out that Shadow Nidoqueen and see what our opponent decides to bring out, and it is an Azumarill. So the play is here to see, clear to see here. I just go do a last-ditch effort with Gengar, throw that Shadow Punch, get it pretty low, and we bring out the Nidoqueen here. Obviously, Nidoqueen is a great matchup against Azumarill. I decided to shield this because I didn't want that Ice Beam to do big damage to the Nidoqueen. Go ahead and throw some Poison Fangs here, get the last shield from my opponent. Throw another Poison Fang. They're not going to get to another charge move before Nidoqueen. It is just so spammy with this Poison Fang, and they bring out a Wigglytuff. So this is pretty much a free win here. We had double Fairy Team that we went up against, and Nidoqueen loves seeing those. And look at that, you know, we hit it with the Poison Fang and then just safely farm it down for another quick and easy win. In the next battle, we get Gengar into a Marowak, which is great because Marowak usually runs Fire Spin, so we can get super effective Shadow Claws and go up to Shadow Punch. They shield, and I swap immediately into Umbreon here because a Bone Club would do super effective damage against Gengar due to that poison typing. But my opponent swaps into an Azumarill, which is not so great in this matchup. I just have to throw Psychic with Umbreon because, you know, Foul Play would do resisted damage, and Psychic just does, you know, normal neutral damage to the Azumarill. And it does start to add up, and look, we debuff the Azumarill with that attack. Even though this is a play rough, I don't need to shield it on Umbreon because he's so tanky he can live it. And I decide not to shield this one either. If it's a play rough, which it is, I just go ahead and take it on the chin. We can have Nidoqueen come in and safely farm down this Azumarill, get that thing loaded up on energy, and I just go straight for the drill run here. No need to play any games. My opponent either has to use that last shield, which he does, or it would have taken out that Alolan Marowak. And we have both of our shields still intact here, which is awesome. We go ahead and block the Bone Club, but an Umbreon comes out, which is not good for us. I just have to go ahead and try to debuff this thing because Umbreon is so very tanky. I debuff it once and then go straight into this Earth Power to try to get some good damage, but oh my goodness, Umbreon is still so bulky even after the debuff. But we go ahead and just try to farm this thing down, go with the Poison Fang before it gets to another Foul Play, because then I can go back into Gengar and take out this Alolan Marowak. We get to the Shadow Punch before it gets to another Bone Club, and that is a very good game to my opponent, and another good win for this team. Alright you guys, so this is the game I mentioned at the beginning of the video that is an absolute treat, and you'll see exactly why at the end of this battle. This was a very close one. We get a Gengar into a Galvantula lead, and then the opponent swaps into a Shadow Nidoqueen, so I go for the Shadow Ball. They do block that though, so they respect the amount of strength that Gengar has. Such a strong attacker. We don't guard the first Poison Fang. We go ahead and get a Shadow Punch loaded and swap out into this Umbreon. Now, Umbreon is actually really good in this meta, especially with Psychic. Well, I said actually really good, like you guys needed to know that. Umbreon is one of the best Pokemon in the Great League, but I say that because with Psychic as an option on Umbreon, he can actually do good damage against Nidoqueen, who is one of, if not the most popular Pokemon in this meta. But we go ahead and take out that Shadow Nidoqueen. They bring back out that Galv, and we hit it with a Foul Play for some good damage. We still have both of our shields intact here, so we're looking pretty okay, and I go ahead and go into Nidoqueen to try to get it loaded up on some energy. The Galv gets to a lunge right before we take it out, and my opponent comes out with an Obstagoon, which is not so great. We just have to try to debuff this thing, because you know, Gengar would obviously be taking super effective damage from those Night Slashes. I want to try to keep Gengar away from this thing. Or do I? You'll see what I mean here at the end of this video. I go ahead and swap into the Gengar here and throw this Shadow Punch. And I just go ahead, I wanted to soak some of the damage on Gengar, but look at this, guys. We had the debuffed Obstagoon who doubly resists Ghost, and he gets taken out by the Shadow Ball. And then Gengar farms down the Galvantula. So if there's one thing you've learned from this video, guys, it's that Gengar is an Obstagoon counter confirmed. But, you know, seriously, I didn't mean to do that. I just hit Shadow Ball because I noticed I got to it right before Gengar got taken out, and I was literally, like, my eyes popped out of my head when I saw that Gengar actually took out that Obstagoon. I know it was debuffed, but that's just really a testament to how strong Gengar is as an attacker and how hard-hitting of a move Shadow Ball is. But okay, guys, you know, this is a fun, quick video for you guys today. I'm really enjoying making these videos, and I'm enjoying the Halloween Cup and the Great League right now. Like I said, let me know what teams you're running. Let me know what teams you'd like to see me run, if any, and comment anything you wish to say about this team or just anything in general about Pokemon Go in the comments section below. And again, if this is content that you enjoy, and if you also like Dragon Ball content, I have some of that on my channel as well, so check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. And with all that being said, thank you, my fellow trainers, and I will catch you all in the next